you very much. You know, when I got the call from John, I could sense the passion in his voice. And I could sense the tremendous pride that he had in this organization, the Fritz Pollard Alliance. And he kept talking about mentoring. And John kept saying to me, it's so important to teach these young guys. And what he was referring to, and I remember back a lot of years, watching John Wooten work on the road, seeing how he operated, noticing the respect that he gave to all the coaches and all the players. Here's a guy who was a great player in the league, treating everyone with great respect, allowing us all to have an opportunity to gain as much knowledge as we possibly could about people that we were working out. And when I heard John describe his great feelings for this organization, I couldn't help but think about the late, great Bill Walsh and the passing of Bill Walsh, and how when I first came into the league, I can remember being in Mobile at the Senior Bowl and at night sitting in the lounge area, and down would come Bill Walsh, and he would pretty much go from table to table, and introduce himself. Of course, he didn't need an introduction, but have the various coaches at the tables, the young guys, talk with him and get an opportunity to visit with one of the icons of our game. And so he, in his own way, and this organization in their own way, continue to do the job that we all have to do, which is train people for this great, great National Football League that we represent. When John asked me to come here tonight and to represent or to present to Jerry Reese, I couldn't help but do some thinking, just as Gary did, about Paul Tank Younger. So I pulled up on the internet and I studied him, and there were a lot of firsts. He was a first in a lot of different ways. He was the first player to come from one of the, and then called the black colleges, to be a free agent and going into the National Football League. And when he left to go into the league, one of the things that Coach Eddie Robinson said to him was, you realize now that if you don't make it, that many players who are going to come along behind you will not have that opportunity. And he responded in this way. Tank Younger said to Coach Robinson, my attitude became one of, I could not fail. I could not fail. When Jerry Reese was selected as the general manager of the New York Giants, the first time I had an opportunity to speak with him in a closed-door session, when he was the general manager and I was the head coach, Jerry Reese said to me, failure is not an option. Jerry Reese is the right guy to be the general manager of the New York Giants. He was championed by Ernie Accorsi. Ernie, in a sense, was Jerry's mentor. But Jerry brings a whole lot to this particular job. I think some of the values that he has, when I think of what Tank Younger as a pioneer must have been, a guy of great courage, great perseverance, great determination, obviously tremendous mental toughness. And when I think about that, the first word he'll say to you is, we have to communicate within our organization. A lot of times you don't. You have the coaches at this end, you have the front office at this end, the ownership at another end. Jerry's not going to allow that to happen. He's in everybody's office. He breaks all barriers down. You look him in the eye. You can say whatever you want to him. He says whatever he wants to you. He's broken down all those individual areas. He goes into the coaches' offices. He visits with them. He is an outstanding communicator. And he has served notice to everyone that, hey, nothing is beyond the bounds of being discussed. Everybody has to improve. If I've got an idea, I'm coming to you with that idea. If you've got an idea, you come to me with that idea. And I certainly do appreciate that. He has great instincts because he was a scout. He was a director. He is a general manager. And because of that, he's had the opportunity to look and to watch, at first a coach at the college level, to understand the capacity that we're all in, and to put himself in that position, and to know exactly where he's coming from. He has great passion, always a smile on his face, very, very positive, very confident, and extremely supportive of the coaches. I remember this year, we got our ass kicked, excuse my French, by the Minnesota Vikings. There he is standing right next to me after the game within 5 seconds saying, look, this wasn't a very good one, but we'll get him next week. And I appreciated that very much. He has toughness. He has toughness. This is something we need in our profession. We need to let the players know that we speak with one voice, that there is no difference between where the coach is and where the players are. And Jerry makes sure of that. He'll speak to the players. He knows what's right and he knows what's wrong, and we're trying to do the best we can with our players. We had a lot of young ones to have them understand what this great game is all about. And I think the last thing he is vigilant. He's vigilant to the point where just because we're at our 53 when we leave training camp, that's not necessarily going to be the end. He's constantly trying to review the bottom of our roster to make us a better football team. And we added 3 players this year, which really helped us as we made our drive through the Super Bowl. So it's been a great year for the New York Giants. It's a storybook. You couldn't write the script for the way this has gone down for us. My kid, Jerry, what's going to be next? He's a general manager, a first-year general manager. He wins the Super Bowl. But we're excited about the future because of our young players. We're excited about this offseason and the things that have been accomplished, but look forward to the future. So it is my honor to present this award, the Paul Tank Younger Award, to Jerry Reese.
Thank you, Coach Coughlin. First, let me say thank you to John Wooten, the Fritz Pollard Alliance. Congratulations to all the recipients tonight of the awards. I'm very humbled by this entire. I'm very honored. Yeah, it's just such an honor for me to stand here and represent, the African American community as a whole, to represent my family, to represent the New York Football Giants, to represent everybody here, and you can see why we won the Super Bowl. That gets you, get the hair up on your back. When Coach Coughlin gets in front of our football team, that's what we get. And I really appreciate what the coaches bring to the table. I know it's a lot of coaches in this room. The coaches really work a lot of hours, and they sacrifice time away from their family. So, I appreciate what you guys do, Coach. And the other thing is the scouts. Two of our scouts, Jeremiah Davis and Ryan Jones, are here tonight, 2 of our best scouts. The scouts spend a tremendous amount of time away from home. They spend 185 to 200 days on the road. I've been a scout, so I know how it is to spend time on the road. The scouts, the Charlie Garcia said it, the scouts are our lifeline. I've been a scout. I understand what it's like, and I get up here, and I get a lot of credit, the general manager, but it's really the scouts and the coaches who really bring it all together and make the big picture work. All I have to do is not screw it up in the front office and help try to make the right decisions for our team. And we were able to do that, and it was an exciting run. It's really a story you can't make up. My story from the very beginning, Brick Haley was talking about when I was at Tennessee Martin, how we used to stay at the Motel 6. I say, Brick, you guys had a big budget. We stayed in our cars. We slept in our cars when we were out recruiting. But we really come from humble beginnings, like Rag talked about. And I'm very excited. Shaq, and I know everybody's got to get to their interview, so I'm going to be move quickly. Shaq was teasing me at the weigh-in yesterday. He was saying, man, you must have a contract with the Lord. The first year general manager, Shaq a storyteller, He said, you must have a contract with the Lord. Because, you got it done in the first year, you must have a contract with the Lord. But you know what? Seriously, I do have a contract with the Lord. It's a guaranteed contract. Guaranteed contract. I just have to hold up my end of the deal. If I hold up my end of the deal, man, the reward is great. So I just want everybody to know that, how I feel about that spiritually. And I do have that contract, Shaq. I just got to hold up my end of the deal. So, hey, obey and receive. Thank you very much.